Hey, it's a very early Sunday morning edition of this, and by that I mean we're recording it on a Sunday morning. So if any of us sound incoherent, that is why.
He woke up at 10:30.
Yeah, we woke up.
10:30.
We've made the task of waking up at the ungodly hour of 10 o'clock on a weekend.
Exactly. Who the fuck is up at this
Like,
hour?
yeah, who the fuck actually gets up at this hour? Like, my god.
Willingly.
I'll let you in on a little secret. I wake up around this time, and that's because I gotta go to the bathroom. So my gut wakes me up. It's like, hey.
I don't wake up, my colon does.
It's like, hey, asshole, you gotta go to the bathroom. And I'm like, no, I need to sleep. No, hey, asshole, you're gonna shit your pants if you don't go to the bathroom. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Alrighty.
Well, then you are the asshole.
Hey, man. Alright, so we are doing a discussion that, you know, every YouTuber and their dog has probably done that somewhat follows sports, but we wanted to give we wanted to give the Memelords take on the greatest of all time in sports. So we have 7 sports that basically we either follow or we know enough about to name the greatest athlete in. So we have hockey, baseball, football, like American football, basketball, soccer, or as you Brits call football, mixed martial arts, and wrestling. So I feel wrestling will be the most heated one, so I say we do that one last. So you want to just do it in the order that I listed them?
Okay.
Alright. So who is the greatest hockey player? And I have a feeling this will be an easy debate, but go.
What sport?
Hockey.
Hockey.
Oh, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one wasn't this one isn't really a debate. Wayne Gretzky, he holds any record worth a damn in the NHL. He's arguably one of the greatest people to lace up a pair of skates. If I had to give a modern day, I'd say maybe Ovechkin or Crosby.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
And I give Ovechkin the nod a little bit more than Crosby, just because Ovechkin's chasing the goal record. But I mean,
I give the nod more toward Crosby for the simple fact that he was literally called. Was it the 2016 season? The next Wayne Gretzky? I don't know, the one season during the playoffs. Everyone.
Yeah, okay, but like everybody, like every prospect ever, it seems is hyped up as like the next big thing. Like, I mean, Connor McDavid was hyped up as the next like fucking god of hockey. Don't get me wrong, he's good, but the team he plays for is absolute garbage.
Here's the difference, though. Crosby actually backed it up.
Oh, I'm not saying McDavid hasn't backed it up. It's just with McDavid, it's just his team. He's been on some very incompetently run Edmonton Oilers teams. But it could be worse. It could be on the Toronto Maple Leafs and only get into the first round of the playoffs. Heyo! Alright, baseball. Who's the greatest baseball player of all time? In my opinion, the most influential baseball player is probably Jackie Robinson.
Probably.
Because he broke the barrier for baseball. But the greatest baseball player to ever do it. Babe Ruth. I'd probably say Babe Ruth.
Yeah. Babe Ruth's a very big one.
Like, he was a two-way player. I don't know for his whole career, but for his first bit, he was a pitcher and so. Honestly, Babe Ruth is the only one that makes sense to me. Again, influential-wise, I give it to Jackie Robinson all day, every day. But, again, I just can't think of a more iconic player who would be considered the GOAT other than Babe Ruth.
Michael Jordan.
Well, except for maybe Tommy John, because he has a surgery named after him, for fuck's sakes.
Michael Jordan.
Or even Lou Gehrig's, because he has a disease named after him.
Michael Jordan.
Or, I mean, I guess Cy Young, because he has a reward named after him, but no, at the end of the day, we're not talking about... Oh, yeah, Michael Jordan, best baseball player. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you want to know who else was really great? Pre-Blue Jays, Jose Bautista. Oof. He was just like the greatest baseball player ever.
Yes, sir.
And pre-Blue Jays Bautista, you know what? He was on the Mets, baby. Let's go with the Mets.
Yeah, baby, the Mets. Remember the Mets, baby. Yeah, the Mets.
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man. It's about the Mets, baby. Love the Mets. All right, baby. Let's go. Get a home run, baby. Love the Mets. Let's go, Mets.
Mets, baby. Yeah, come on, Mets.
All right. Well, we've already knocked off 2 sports already, so that was quite fast. Next is life football, and this man is notorious for kissing his children.
Yeah.
Mr. Tom Brady.
Brady.
I already know that's going to be an unpopular opinion, and people are going to be like, "Oh, what about X, Y, Z, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P?"
O.J. Simpson.
Okay, nobody. I don't think anybody except for you, as this shit post, is calling O.J. Simpson the greatest football player ever.
O.J. Simpson does.
Well, I mean, I think every athlete thinks they're the best, whether or not that's true or not. But no, I gotta give it to Tom Brady. He's the most successful quarterback in all of the NFL. He has the most championships. He has the most playoff wins. He has the most finals appearances. Like, I mean, that man has enough rings to fill one hand and put one around his cock.
He's not pissed off. He has enough rings for all of his fingers, all of his toes, and his cock.
That's when he'll finally retire, when he has 21 rings.
Yep.
That's when you'll actually finally get rid of Tom Brady.
When he's 60, being the best quarterback around.
Well, I mean, if you think of it, Tom Brady was a 6th or 7th round draft pick back in like 99. He wasn't supposed to succeed.
Nope.
But he did.
And again, neither was Pavel Datsyuk.
This is true, but I mean, Pavel Datsyuk isn't. I consider Pavel Datsyuk maybe one of the greatest Russian hockey players, but maybe not the best hockey player.
You know who is the best hockey player? Jaromir Jagr.
Yeah, Jaromir Jagr, best hockey player. Yeah, best mullet maybe, but that's about it. He was a sick coach with sick coach.
Eddie Guerrero run for money and best mullet.
Yes. You want to know Jaromir Jagr? Yes, I agree. Jaromir Jagr gave Eddie Guerrero a run for his money for best mullet. But no. Honestly, I can't think of, there have been great NFL players like Brett Favre, like Jerry Rice, like Steve Young, like Dan Marino, like all these guys, but I mean, Brady just basically confirmed, hey, what's up? I'm the best now. I mean, he also proved that he's no longer a system quarterback by winning a championship with Tampa Bay. When everybody thought, oh, he'll flop outside New England, him and Bill Belichick, like, blah, 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 blah. But no, he proved to everybody that he was indeed not a system QB, so that is why I think Tom Brady is the GOAT.
Yeah.
I know it will be disagreed with, and there will people who will probably always disagree with Tom Brady being the GOAT because they don't like New England, but the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster.
Okay.
Alright, here's one that's probably going to be debated a little bit. Basketball. I'm waiting for one of you to say him. Okay, maybe neither of you will say him. I still think to this day it's Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael J. Jordan, not Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, Michael J. Jordan, not Michael B. Jordan.
I was talking Michael B. Jordan. I was talking Michael J.
Yeah, we're talking Michael Jordan. But I mean, I can somewhat understand people who say, "Oh, well, what about LeBron?" But I just don't think LeBron is in the same boat as Jordan.
He's the best modern.
How modern are we talking?
Like currently playing.
Currently playing, yes. If you were talking like modern era, like post Jordan retirement, I would have said Kobe.
Yeah.
But
Or Skilling.
But I mean, who's still playing? Yeah, I'll give it to LeBron. But like, if we were talking post Michael Jordan retirement, I'd be giving it to Kobe.
Yeah.
I mean, the man's so influential. Anytime somebody shoots a basketball, they say fucking Kobe. They say his name.
Yeah, but now people say you should say Kobe instead.
Fuck it, I will still say Kobe when I shoot the ball, and if I whiff it, then I say LeBron.
Actually, no. Now it doesn't matter if you miss or hit. Either way, it's still Kobe.
Oh. Oh.
Ouch.
I see what you did there. But no, again, really, you could argue any one of those three are. I give the slight edge to Jordan. After Jordan's retirement, the GOAT was Kobe. After Kobe's retirement, and like still playing to this day, I give it to LeBron. Mostly because Shaquille O'Neal's still not in the league. If Shaquille O'Neal was still in the league, then he'd be the GOAT. Obviously.
Yeah.
That man's commercials are highly entertaining. Shaquille O'Neal is a national treasure. He is the R-Truth of basketball. Just a national treasure. But no. I mean, and if you want to look at per championship, then Bill Russell is the GOAT of basketball with 11 rings. And if we were doing that for hockey, then it'd be Maurice Richard with his 11 championships. But the thing is when both of those men played, it was so different back then. Like, I mean, and unfortunately, and this is why I cannot watch basketball myself, it's just, you don't need a team to win a championship, you need one man. You need one person, and you can probably win a championship. Like, cough, cough, LeBron, cough, cough, Steph Curry, cough, cough, you know what I mean? Cough, cough, Kobe. But I mean, in the early days, Kobe had guys like Shaquille O'Neal and shit with him, but like, still.
Yeah.
You can have one guy, carry a team of scrubs to a championship and to maybe even a championship victory. So that's why, personally, I don't like basketball, and maybe some people do like basketball for that, but for me, it's just, no, it's not that. But, again, I still think Michael Jordan, as of right now, in this very day, is the GOAT. Will LeBron surpass him? I say there's a chance. There's probably a chance, but I still give the edge to Jordan. Yeah. Plus, Jordan's a way better baseball player than LeBron was.
Baseball?
Yeah, get it? Because Michael Jordan was actually in baseball. LeBron wasn't, so he's technically the better baseball player.
Yeah.
But I'll also say this, Michael Jordan is the better Space Jam actor. By far.
I don't know, Steve Harvey's the best.
Yes, Steve Harvey with his non-applicable character. Yeah. Apparently he was in that movie.
He was.
Playing non-applicable. But, I mean, yeah, Michael Jordan, better Space Jam actor, because never forget the LeBron dab, which I called. I would like to add, I called LeBron dabbing in that movie. a mere minutes before it happened. Alrighty. Again, I know we're gonna fire through these like first four to five. I feel like MMA and wrestling is where we're really gonna have our discussions.
Probably.
Because like there are so many, because these are individual sports. So soccer, who are you thinking?
Pele.
Pele, okay. I'm thinking Ronaldo or Messi.
Do any of them have their own kick?
Do any of them have their own kick? No, you're right. Pele does have his own kick. But what you seem to forget is that Pele kicks are wrestling exclusive, you bitch.
Yes, but they're not wrestling exclusive.
But it's also more so of a bicycle kick, too. So, like, well, what they call a bicycle kick in soccer, not what us wrestling fans would call a bicycle kick. He's not fucking scissors kicking the ball, I don't think. Although if he is, I give him props.
When Pele did the Pele kick, he was kicking the ball.
Yeah, but it's more of a bicycle kick where they do the backwards and then he's like upside down and kicks it. That's what a Pele kick is. They just call it a Pele kick, but now it's more so like I don't hear to it as like when you're watching soccer, they call it a bicycle kick, but when you're watching wrestling, they'll call it the Pele kick. They don't. At least I haven't heard it be referred to. Whenever they do that, I hear it referred to as a bicycle kick. But, I mean, also, you gotta think, though. Pele was probably the GOAT of his generation, but I think it's either Ronaldo or Messi. I can't really say which one is ahead of the other, because both of them are just... They're almost equal in a sense. Unless you look at... And then there'll be that one asshole who's a Ronaldo fan who will end up in this comment section being like, actually, Ronaldo's the best because he has more national champions than Lionel Messi. But... as far as I'm concerned, Canada is the greatest World Cup team in history. We completely rock at soccer. We kick all the asses of the Germans, the Brazilians, the Portuguese. And by that I mean we get our asses kicked by the Brazilians, the Germans, and the Portuguese.
Yep.
We suck at soccer.
Yeah.
Give us ice, though. I bet you we'll win. No, but I can understand where you come from when you say Pele, though, but I do think it's either Cristiano Ronaldo or Lionel Messi. Because they're everywhere. Like, anytime you hear somebody talk about soccer, they immediately think of Ronaldo or Messi.
Yeah, but I just can't go with Ronaldo. You know why?
Because he crashed Coke's stunks.
Exactly.
But, I mean, again, I understand the argument for Pele. Do not get me wrong, I completely understand why. He was arguably one of the most successful soccer players of the 50s and 60s. And I think early 70s he was also playing in. But it's just, the game was so different, and people now more so associate soccer with Ronaldo and Messi, probably more so Ronaldo. So that's
because
why
they're wrong.
I'm not saying they're right. I think Ronaldo has no charisma and he's just a fucking boring poster child. Like, I mean, you gotta have, like, I mean, but again, soccer's the type of sport where you don't have to have charisma. It's like golf. You don't have to have charisma. It's just a bunch of white men, mostly, walking around in fucking polo tees and fucking dress pants. And Tiger Woods is the greatest golfer. We aren't even talking about golf, but Tiger Woods is the greatest. Anybody who says he's not is a fucking idiot.
I know, it's Happy Gilmore.
Alright, yeah, no, you're right, actually. No, actually, no. Shooter McGavin, he's the GOAT.
Christ.
Greatest sports movie players.
Dubs.
Actually, it can't be Chubbs, because technically he was one-handed because an alligator beat him in a golf match, so...
Yeah, he was one-handed, and he was still playing golf with one hand and winning.
We have no proof of that.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
So what? He could tear apart a mini putt course. So I don't think we're going to agree on a soccer goat. There's 3 names up there. There are 3 names that are going to be staying there. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, we quickly touched on golf. It wasn't on our list, but Tiger Woods. What's another important sport that people might care about? Tennis. Roger Federer.
New England player.
Roger Federer, I'd say, is probably the greatest tennis player.
Quagmire.
Yes, Glenn Quagmire, greatest tennis player. Greatest hockey player was actually Gordon Bombay.
No, it was Goldberg.
Goldberg the goalie, yeah. The greatest baseball player, it was actually Air Bud. The greatest basketball player was also Air Bud.
Yep.
What was the other one we did? The greatest football player was actually Air Bud again.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, actually, sorry. It was Bobby, what the fuck was his last name?
Smurda?
No. From the Water Boy. From the Water Boy.
Oh.
Adam Sandler's character from the Water Boy.
Yeah,
He was the greatest football player. Bobby.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Bobby, what the fuck was his last name?
Bobby Buffet?
Yeah, Bobby Boucher. And the greatest wrestler was Captain Insano, played by the Big Show.
Yeah.
And the greatest mixed martial artist is Kevin James from Here Comes the Boom. Thank you. That has been our podcast.
Here comes the boom. Fuck.
Oh. Bully
Okay,
Beatdown
so
was
what's next?
Bully Beatdown was my favorite show. I don't know. Owen just muted himself, so. I'm gonna give more shit takes of who the greatest athletes are. Another great hockey player was Adam Sandler from Happy Gilmore. He was pretty dope.
Totally.
Michael Scott from The Office. I mean, he has such an inspirational quote. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Very inspirational. Greatest basketball player, also again Michael Scott.
Yeah.
Actually, funny story about The Office. Do you remember the basketball scene? Like where the office workers played the warehouse workers?
I think.
The actor who played Kevin literally shot 18 baskets in a row and didn't miss a single one.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I read that the other day or saw that in a video or whatever, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Meat Canyon's LeBron James is the greatest basketball player.
Meat Canyon's fucking Tom Brady is the best.
Yeah, Meat Canyon's Tom Brady is the best domestic abuser and football player. Best baseball player, Michael Jordan, like we said. Greatest basketball player, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, just because of the fucking name. Also, his glasses made him look like a mixture of him and Bubbles from the Trailer Park Boys.
Fuck.
The greatest hockey players, the Trailer Park Boys. I don't even know if they play hockey in that show. They're Canadian, so I'm just going to go with it. Air Bud, like I said, one of the greatest athletes, greatest volleyball athlete, just the greatest athlete in history, honestly. Another great football player, Josh Peck from Drake and Josh.
Who was the best hockey player?
What? I said like.
You said the best player.
Adam Sandler from Happy Gilmore.
No, before that.
Wayne Gretzky.
After that.
I said the next one I said was him from Happy Gilmore.
After that.
Oh, after Happy Gilmore? Oh, you mean Gordon Bombay?
After that.
Okay, after him was Happy Gilmore.
After that.
I don't even fucking remember anymore.
You just said them.
We'll let her go. It's a George. Airbud, he's the greatest athlete of all time.
Was that the one? No, that wasn't the one. I don't remember now. Anyways, so what is up next for sport?
Cooking is the next.
Cooking, yes.
I think it's Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah.
Cooking, that's a sport, right? Right?
No.
No. Well, it's Gordon Ramsay, and you will not change my mind. Next is the mix of the martial of the arts. I have a few names.
Okay.
People say Anderson Silva. I don't disagree with that. However, the greatest mixed martial artist of all time, in my opinion. I knew you were going to actually say that. I had a feeling you were going to say Conor McGregor. You're wrong, but I had a feeling you were going to say that. The greatest. He just so happens to be from Canada, and he is not impressed by your performance. I am talking about George St. Pierre.
George St. Pierre.
Arguably. I don't know. He put mixed martial arts on the map for Canada. He's probably still to this day one of the, if not the probably the greatest Canadian mixed martial artists. Yeah. I'd say he's the GOAT. I understand. Well, I also kind of see where, I don't know if Owen was just saying it as a joke, but to a newer fan of mixed martial arts, I could see why they think Conor McGregor is one of the greatest.
Yeah.
I disagree, but I could understand from a newer fan's perspective why.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have so many fighters to think about too. Like there was Dan Severn, Tank Abbott, real GOAT. Hoist Gracie, Ken Shamrock after wrestling. So he really sucked in MMA after that. Should have stuck to wrestling, Ken. Then you have like guys who never competed in the UFC, like Fedor Emelianenko. All the Japanese assholes. Rampage. John Jones. John, I can't stop doing cocaine, Bones Jones. Like there's so many you could argue that is the greatest of all time. But to me, I think it is George St. Pierre. Even Demetrius Johnson, people could argue. He has the most consecutive title defenses in UFC history. I don't know, it's a really hard argument to make, you know what I mean? It's just a really hard argument to make. Like, shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I want to, like, part of me is saying, yes, this is who indeed it is, but then another part of me is like, no. But I don't know. Yeah. For all intents and purposes, I do believe that George St. Pierre is the greatest mixed martial artist of all time. I don't know if Owen agrees with that, disagrees with that. I don't know if he was serious about Conor McGregor or not, but if he was, were you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you want to maybe present your stance on why? Really compelling argument.
No, but I think about it. McGregor was like the first person in the UFC to hold two belts at the same time.
No, he wasn't.
I said one out.
Okay, continue.
He's one of the only people in mixed martial arts to have their own notorious Irish whiskey.
Okay. So he's a good MMA fighter because he's a good businessman.
Plus, it seems like every single one of his fights, a meme comes out of them.
So let me get this straight. Conor McGregor, good mixed martial artist because he can sell something. Brilliant. I wish I would have thought of that. Fuck.
Yeah, he's like the golden goose. Why else do you think he's not fighting like once a month?
Well, Conor McGregor, the thing with Conor McGregor, though, is he also has a huge-ass fucking ego.
That's
And,
true.
well, right now his foot's broken, so can't really be mixed martial arting, as it were, with an injury, but...
Yeah.
I mean... Yes, anything... I agree in a sense where anything with McGregor's name on it will sell, obviously. But where I disagree with you on saying he's the GOAT, yeah, he held both championships at the same time, but he never defended either of them. He was eventually stripped of one and vacated the other, so he could go fuck around with Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
What?
Like, I mean, again, I understand from a newer fan's perspective why they think maybe Conor McGregor's the GOAT. I can't say he is the GOAT. Because, again, is he one of the best trash talkers in the business? Yes. Would I still put him as the best trash talker? No. That goes by the name of a man called Chael P. Sonnen, and the P stands for reliable. Chael Sonnen is arguably one of the greatest trash talkers. I'd put McGregor probably definitely top 3.
Yeah.
I'd put Chael Sonnen, Michael Bisping, Conor McGregor. I mean, everybody knows the "who the fuck is that guy" line. That is probably one of my favorite lines.
MMA.us and Caged Insider. Conor, take a look around you. You got a lot of champions, a lot of grizzled vets. Who do you think would give you the hardest fight out of anybody on stage?
Right here. Right here, the hardest hitting 145 pound, the real hardest hitting 145er right here. This guy TKOs people. When I knock people out, they don't fucking move. They're not. Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that? You know damn well who I am. Who the fuck is that? Oh my God. I don't know. When I take that guy's belt, Leprechaun. Oh, good one. When I take that guy's belt, I'm looking around, I don't know what anyone else has for me around here. I might have to jump up and fucking drag Floyd Mayweather out of bed and see what the fuck he's at again.
And
At the stage, when this guy TKOs people, I knock people the fuck out. Who the fuck was that guy? Like, I mean, so in a sense, I do understand the argument for Conor McGregor, but also in the same vein, I don't think he is. Again, that is personally just me. But he also hasn't had a long enough career, a long enough UFC career to be considered one of the GOATs.
Yeah.
When he fights, it's basically just a fucking money fight to sell pay-per-views. It doesn't matter if he, you know what I mean? And 9 times out of 10, the dude he fights, he's probably gonna win. So, I don't know, it's just... With his ego and shit, I can't put him as the GOAT. I can understand, again, from a newer fan's perspective, if they think Conor McGregor is the GOAT, I understand their, place, but I don't disagree with what they're saying. He's pulverizing. He's good. He's a good attraction for the sport, but since we're talking about mixed martial arts and 0-1 away, let's quickly talk about the greatest boxer of all time, and I think it's Jake Paul. Jake Paul is the greatest boxer of all time. No, obviously, if we're talking greatest boxer, it's obviously Mr. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, Lightning McQueen.
Lightning Queen.
No, but for real, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
Is NASCAR considered a sport?
I don't know anymore.
I consider it an art because the art of the left turn.
So true.
But okay, we'll look at it as a sport, mostly because I'm also trying to kill time while we wait for Owen. Because I have a way I want to present the wrestlers, so I kind of want to wait for Owen. Who's the best ever to left turn? One mind comes to name for me. One mind comes to name for me. Yes. One
Yes.
name comes to mind for me. Dale Earnhardt.
Hmm.
Tied for the most championships. He was arguably one of the greatest restrictor plate racers of all time. Unfortunately, it took him 20 years to win the Daytona 500, which is like the big one. If you don't know what NASCAR is, it's like the biggest race of the year. He was NASCAR's last fatality. On a sadder note, I don't know. Nobody left turned quite like Dale Earnhardt, though. I mean, you could argue that again, Richard Petty, he was pretty good, but because he was the guy who originally had the most championships, who Dale Earnhardt tied.
Yeah.
Then you could even maybe argue Jimmy Johnson, who went on to win the championship 7 times after. But Richard Petty's era of racing, really all 3 eras of racing were different in a sense. But when Richard Petty was on top, Dale Earnhardt was starting. Then when Jimmy Johnson was starting, Dale Earnhardt was on top.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, so if you want to make an argument for any one of those 3, I'll hear it. But the numbers, to quote Scott Steiner, the numbers, they don't lie.
Yeah.
And they spell disaster for anybody who thinks that Dale Earnhardt is not the greatest NASCAR driver of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, and, everybody as a kid loved the NASCAR games because he loved going the wrong way and causing a huge-ass accident. That was my childhood. Next to, being 4 years old and killing a prostitute, and my mother saying you can play GTA, but you just can't play it with the volume on. Thanks, Mom. Is there any other sport I can think of off the top of my head? Shock put. Who's the greatest shock putter? Kidding.
God, I don't even know.
I don't even know any shock putters. Greatest track and field athlete, Usain Bolt. Skateboarding, I guess. That could be a sport. It's in the X Games.
True.
It's Tony Hank, obviously, but
Yeah, obviously.
it's Tony Hawk. Oh, and I'm pretty sure skateboarding's in the Olympics now, so. The internet's favorite skateboarder, Tony Hawk. No, honestly, it's Tony Hawk. There isn't even really anybody else I could dispute it with. Tony Hank. Or Tony Hank. That's it. I mean, the dude's arguably the greatest fucking skateboarder in history when he has a video game named after him.
Yeah.
And snowboarding, that's why I go with Shaun White for the same reason. He has a video game named after him. And Shaun White's just a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah.
He is. When people say X game mode, that is literally him.
Yeah.
Another sport that we haven't talked about. Water polo. Who's the greatest water polo athlete?
Water polo.
Make that an Olympic sport. And if it's already Olympic sport, where can I sign up? I can't really think of any other mainstream rugby, but I know nothing about rugby.
Yeah.
Cricket, but I know nothing about cricket. Probably an obvious sport I'm missing. Formula 1 racing, I know nothing about that. I know that's where Danica Patrick comes from, and that's about it. Arena football is basically just Yeah, so you can't really even say that. CFL, I don't know enough about the CFL to say who the best player of all time is.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I don't watch football in general.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know enough of American football, but Canadian football I know nothing about, which is weird considering I am Canadian, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know, CFL's boring. Curling, who's the greatest curler, I guess? I don't fucking know. I don't know curlers.
That one chick from the Olympics that one year.
There we go. Okay, he's back. Good, finally. All right. I'm proposing a challenge.
Hello.
I know we're not gonna agree on the greatest wrestler of all time.
Hmm.
I know for a fact we aren't. So here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
You guys are gonna give me 32 names of who you think no shit posts of who you think the greatest wrestler of all time is. I will put them in a bracket. I will show you said bracket, and we will debate.
Okay.
32 names, like each?
No, not 32 names each.
No.
32 in general.
Watching the screen.
Yep.
Yeah, alright.
Okay.
All right. GOAT wrestler. We put 32 wrestlers in. Let's see who walks out as the GOAT.
Are we recording right now? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Dusty or Sean.
Hmm.
I already know who Owen's picking, so this will basically determine who you pick will determine who wins.
Who's the better wrestler overall? I don't know.
In-ring wise, I'd give the edge to Shawn Michaels, but longevity and personality wise, I'd give it to Dusty. And just overall influence, I'd give it to Dusty.
Hmm.
Because Dusty shaped a lot of the dudes who were in the early days of NXT, so like after it was its own brand.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a wrong answer though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
This is a tough matchup.
Jesus. I kind of, I don't know, man. I don't know who to give it to.
I just feel like career-wise and longevity-wise, Shawn was. I'll give it to Shawn.
Okay.
I'm giving this flat out to Cena.
Yeah.
No offense to Owen, but Cena.
Omega.
Okay. Kurt Angle.
I don't know who's
Actually,
better.
no. Actually, no. I can. Actually, no. Yeah, Omega.
Hmm.
For now. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna go with Jericho.
I'm gonna also go with Jericho just because of the way Eddie's career ended.
Yeah.
It didn't really get. We didn't really get foreclosure, so.
Yeah.
Sting or
Sting.
Ricky Steamboat.
Joker Sting was best Sting, but Sting.
I thought that was Crow Sting.
Yeah, I know, but Joker Sting is the better. It's the best Sting.
Oh yeah, fuck right off.
I don't know, man.
Me neither.
Ricky was pretty good.
Ricky was pretty good.
This is Crow Sting, but if it was Joker Sting against Ricky.
My thing with that though is, I mean, you got to think though. Sting led WCW, and he's still active in the business, whereas Ricky Steamboat isn't.
Hmm.
I mean, Sting still occasionally wrestles and is still active in the business. Ricky Steamboat isn't.
Yeah. True.
Does that affect our ranking any though? Is my question.
Yep.
All right, Sting it is, by the sounds of it.
Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Oh, fuck. Why did it have to be against Brett?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Punk.
Styles.
Oh. Versus, there we go. No.
I got to give it to Styles. If Punk didn't take that 7 years off, this would be a different argument.
True. This is true.
But because of the 7 years, I'm going with Styles. Eric, what are you thinking? Styles?
Yeah.
Just slightly, but
Right back.
Slightly, ever so slightly.
Macho
yes.
Man.
Yeah, he's very
Just as Macho Man.
macho.
John Cena.
Cena, yeah.
I'm going Chris Jericho.
Jericho has a slight edge for me, at least.
Doesn't really matter what Owen says, but I'll let him speak his mind. Owen?
He's muted.
Oh. Okay, well, we will wait. So we could have eliminated Shawn Michaels without him even saying, man, you already said, so it doesn't much matter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a feeling John Cena's going to that final.
Probably.
It's going to be him or Jericho in the final. For one side, at least. Do la 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 la. Do the ba 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 ba. Man, those are some annoying scapegoats. So, Owen, hurry up. I mean, she. Because I want to know what he has to say. But I mean, excuse me, Omega's already eliminated, so I mean, it's not like it really matters, but still.
That's my thumb. Holy shit, that just popped.
Did it pop hand lock?
Totally.
Sodded. 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 Evil MLK be like, I have a nightmare. And then I said, it's Garvio Leviosa. Aww.
I don't know who Martin Luther King is. I only know that guy from Fortnite.
Oh my god, it's a guy from Fortnite. Okay, do you want to defend Kenny Omega any? Because he's lost, but I want to hear your take on this.
No, Jericho's better.
Okay. Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Yeah, okay. Oh no.
Wait, what? Macho Man beat Hot Topic Macho Man? That's not fair.
That's tough.
It is tough.
Michael.
Fuck. I'm gonna go with Styles, I think, just slightly.
Alrighty.
Oh, fuck.
Jericho.
Cena.
Wait, who's up against? Sorry, no. Okay.
It's Jericho and
Oh,
Cena.
Jericho and Cena. Ooh.
I'm giving the slight edge to Cena.
Well, yeah.
I'm giving it to Jericho because he's held world titles for more companies.
That's not even a fair comparison. John Cena's been a WWE lifer.
Exactly. John Cena's also held less titles than Jericho.
Yeah, but
Jericho also won the Intercontinental Champion, something Cena never had.
I'm still going Cena.
Jericho also didn't have to change what the color he wore every month. He did it himself.
Damn, this is.
He's also not forced to be dressed like some dad when he was in his mid-20s. As you know, Mr. George in the t-shirt with the running shoes.
Those are designer jorts. Thank you very much.
Now they're designer. Back then, they were probably bought up. What's this? What's this? Walmart's having a 2 for 10. Buy one get one half off sale on jorts.
Time to barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Eric, what are you thinking?
I don't know anymore. I'm probably just gonna end up going with Cena, to be honest. But
Cena.
probably,
Slight edge. Taker.
Undertaker.
yeah.
Improved yard match. Taker.
Still going with Cena.
I'm going with the true hot top. I'm going with the freaking Spencer's version of Macho Man, Undertaker.
Fuck.
Just remember, Spencer's the only place where you can get a Big Bird shirt, a bong, and a dildo in the same store.
True.
This is true.
I said that while buying socks, and someone said, "You know what? I respect that."
You're not even wrong.
I don't know, like career-wise, no, not career-wise. I probably shouldn't bring career-wise into this. I don't know. Who's better overall?
Well, career-wise, I'm gonna say Undertaker may have the slight edge, but you got to think John Cena's later year matches compared to Undertaker's later year matches.
True.
Cena's has been better than Undertaker's.
Undertaker's
looking like a broken old ass man since WrestleMania 30.
Cena. You can't, like, you would have to compare like 2011 Taker to modern Cena match. That would be more of a comparison to the year frame.
Even still, Undertaker since WrestleMania 30 has kind of looked sloppy in my opinion.
That's because he's an old man who served retired at WrestleMania 28.
I agree. He should have. He should have retired when he hit 20-0. He should have. I agree 100%.
He should have retired after that. He should have retired after the trilogy of Triple H.
I agree. If you wanted to haul out one more match, then 29 should have been your final.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breaking the streak was the biggest mistake in WrestleMania.
It was. But he should be retired. So. Or if you were going to break the streak, have somebody who could have used it, not Brock Lesnar.
True.
No offense to Brock Lesnar. He could probably eat me and kill me, but like... Brock Lesnar didn't need it.
The perfect time to have broken the wrestling streak was the streak versus career match.
No, perfect time to break the... If you were going to have Bray Wyatt do it or something.
Mm.
They didn't believe in Wyatt, like, ever, so why would they do it?
No, I know, but he could have used it, is my point. I don't know. I'm still giving the edge to Cena.
Why would they let someone who they never believed in?
You're going with Cena, Ark?
Yeah.
Batista.
What? Okay,
I'm on Batista.
Jay Lethal, baby.
Bowie.
Bring him on to the day I die.
Batista.
Oh no. Oh shit, we react ourselves in the corner right here.
I'll go with the rap game's favorite wrestler, Ric Flair.
I also gotta go Ric Flair. I love Edge, but I gotta go Ric.
Damn. Okay.
That would be a different story.
Jake.
Yeah.
Adam Cole, baby.
Lesnar.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Ray. To be honest, for me, I think it's Ray. For me.
It's vibes.
Okay.
Oh,
I just see the next matchup. That's a real fuck.
Oh no, is that what I think it is?
It is. I'm giving the slight edge to Randy.
Yeah,
Okay.
go vibe.
Oh, fuck.
Stone Cold. Stone Cold.
Oof.
Easily Stone Cold.
Smell what the rock is cooking. Down, 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 down.
I'm gonna give the slight edge to The Rock just because Stone Cold had a shorter career because of neck injuries.
Mm-hmm.
He had a better career.
Wait, hold on. My only question is, for like one of the latest matches I've seen so far with Edge in it, was he paralyzed or what? What the fuck happened?
Are you talking when Edge was in the wheelchair during his feud with Kane?
No. Edge, he was fighting, I forget who was fighting. Was it AJ Styles or was it Seth Rollins not too long ago?
His most recent match was against Seth Rollins.
Yeah, when you put him in a fucking stretcher and he got out of the ring, right?
Yeah.
That wasn't that one? Well, which one was I seeing then? Hold on.
No one left in a stretcher after Edge versus Rollins at SummerSlam.
Wait a second. On the memento, I want to see this again.
When it was Brood Edge. Blah.
Voted the greatest wrestling theme song by the Memelords. Or no, second best.
It was in top 4 for sure.
I think it lost to Basic Economics.
Boy.
Boy.
My wife, so now I'm a YouTuber. Like Basic
Yeah, I know The Rock here is what I said.
YouTuber.
You went to The Rock, yeah? Or no?
I'm giving the slight edge to The Rock.
Stone Cold Steve Boston.
The smelling.
Stone Cold Steve
That's what I say, the smelling. I gotta smell. And the smell.
Oh my god, that would be
You're smelling.
What?
Oh my god, that would be Andrew Moon. That would be a great beer league hockey team name. The Stone Cold Steve Bostons.
Stop.
Ooh, is that Roddy Piper versus? Yep.
Piper. Piper.
Okay.
I'm also leaning towards Piper.
Okay.
That killed too much for the
Who's
vitamin
next?
eater.
Who's next?
Orange Cassidy, best comedy wrestler around.
Yeah, but I gotta go with Triple H.
Yeah, but Triple H is also is a comedy wrestler for like Orange Cassidy.
Triple H was never well.
Entrepreneur DX, my guy.
To an extent, he was.
Yeah,
but
I was
not
about to
really.
say to an extent, yes, but not really. Yeah.
DX Triple H was almost always a comedy gimmick.
I'm still giving it to Triple H.
Yeah.
Like, remember the I just kicked Stan?
I just kicked Stan. We're invading good old WCW.
I'm giving the slight edge to Oh God.
I think we've already agreed it's Triple H.
Bro, that's stupid. Works there.
They're both part of
I
the
just
same.
realized the entirety of Evolution is in this half of the bracket.
Yeah, the entirety of Evolution is in that half bracket. That's true.
Exactly.
Lesnar.
Ooh.
Bro, that Brock Lesnar shirt guy is just too OP, where he goes, ah!
I love that guy. Brock Lesnar, when he returns, just cuts to a random guy.
The funniest part is he was also at the funniest part is he was also at SummerSlam, did the same thing at Lesnar's return at SummerSlam.
I love that guy.
Sadly, the camera didn't cut to him that time, but
that guy is a national treasure.
He shows up he's one of like the few notorious wrestling fans. One of the best one is green shirt guy. Who's always wearing a green shirt with a smiley face. He seems to always be in the front row of every WWE event.
My favorite, the most notorious guy I think ever, one of the most notorious fans ever, I'd have to say is that black guy with the at WrestleMania 30 with the mouth open face.
Yeah. Or the Miz girl.
Yeah, I was about to say, or Angry Miz girl. She's pretty iconic too.
So
WWE did a Where Are They Now on the Miz girl.
I know. She doesn't watch wrestling anymore.
Yeah.
She still hates the Miz though. No, I don't know.
Yeah, she no longer watches wrestling because of the Miz.
Yeah. I don't know. This is a tough one.
I'm gonna go with the guy who looks like he listens to country music.
Okay.
Listens to country music while riding a cow.
No, Brock Lesnar. I will have you know, Brock Lesnar listens to his own theme music while he rides cows.
I actually see Lesnar being the type of guy to listen to his own theme song while he does something on the farm.
Well, I mean, hey, that's Paul Heyman's ringtone. Never forget.
Yeah.
Actually?
Yep. I don't know if it's just for Brock Lesnar in general, but one time his phone rang and it was Brock Lesnar's theme.
For me, I think it's still Jake for some reason, but anyways.
For some reason, that means he's having second dose. That means his vote doesn't count.
I think I'm giving the slight edge to Lesnar.
Okay.
Or
Vibe.
Yeah.
Hunter.
The man who's here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and he's all out of ass. I mean, bubblegum.
The man with the greatest theme in wrestling history. What's up? What's up?
Stop! That is the shittiest take I've ever heard.
Triple H.
Are you picking Triple H too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Washington Vuitton, the best fucking
Sorry,
my time,
Piper,
the greatest.
Brock Lesnar.
Flair.
I am also going Flair.
I don't know why.
Jeez.
Triple H.
Why this? Why this? I feel like it's gonna be like 5 pedigrees and then like.
I love how both two members of Evolution have faced off of each other on both parts of the bracket.
We're gonna have 3 because the winner of this round takes on Ric Flair.
I know.
Triple H.
That'd be cool.
I'm
Triple H
going.
is just more synonymous with wrestling. You ask a fan of any era, and they know Triple H. But you ask like an Attitude Era only fan, they don't know Randy Orton.
But they know his father, Cowboy Bob Orton. He's the real
Yes,
goat.
they remember jobbers.
Well, I mean, you new era fans remember that little bitch James Ellsworth.
You mean the GOAT?
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
Who?
Who exactly?
He was in a feud with AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose for a bit.
Who? Who's Dean Ambrose?
Doesn't ring a bell.
He had no chin.
Who's Dean Ambrose? I never heard of him. I only
Well,
know
sorry.
of John. There we go. I only know John Moxley. Thank you.
Yay.
Oh, I don't know.
It's Triple H.
My heart's leaning towards the Viper, but then my head's telling me Triple H. So I don't know.
Okay, but just go with what your penis is telling you then.
Let me just whip it out and see which way it curves.
Oh, look at that. It curves right to my poster of Stephanie McMahon.
Yes.
I don't know, man. I really think that Randy would be able to be better, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. RK Bro, no, I'm joking.
Oh, but when you put it like that,
RK Bro, fuck, I remember that.
I gotta go with Flair though here.
Ooh,
I gotta go
Okay.
with Flair. I gotta.
alrighty.
Ah.
Oh, this! Oh my God! Imagine this matchup right here. Holy shit!
Okay, this is how this match will go. You can't see me. Ooh, you can't see me.
Yeah, the signature taunt.
And it'll be like that for 15 minutes. John Cena will hit an attitude. Justin Ric Flair would counter that into the figure four. Cena taps. Ric Flair wins the 17th world title.
That would never happen because John Cena doesn't tap out. Bitch.
Or does he?
He does not.
Actually, no, I'm pretty sure he has tapped out to submissions, even recently. I'm pretty sure he tapped out to Rusev.
No, he's passed out.
Well, then he'll pass out from the figure four.
You don't pass out from the figure four.
Yes, you can. If your legs break, then you pass out from the pain, idiot.
I'm going
Some
Cena.
people can withstand pain, but anyways,
I'm going Cena.
There.
two wrestlers today like a lot. Oh God.
I like it a lot.
Two wrestlers I figured would be in the final.
Yeah,
But
for real.
I'm saying this right now. Doesn't matter who would be in the final against who. If Macho Man was one of them, we already know who Ark would have voted for.
No, this depends who would have been the other person.
Yeah, I was going to say, it depends who's on the other. It always depends who's on the other side.
Because for me, in this one, I was hoping for Brett to make it to the finals, to be honest. But anyways.
Brett wouldn't make it past Undertaker. He wouldn't even made it past Punk.
What do you mean?
Yeah, he would have made it past Punk.
He would have made it past Punk.
I'm sorry, but CM Punk hasn't wrestled for like 7 years. But Bret Hart had.
That's a lie. That's a lie. He wrestled. That's a lie. He wrestled yesterday.
Bret Hart had a classic against Vincent Kennedy McMahon at WrestleMania 26.
And oh yeah, well, CM Punk wore Triple H's blazer.
Oh well, when you put it like that.
When you put it like that, yeah.
No, but Brett probably wouldn't have made it to the finals. Like half these people on the other side of his bracket would have beat him.
He would have probably lost to Cena. I agree.
Probably.
If nothing else.
I don't think he would have made it if he wasn't against Taker. He probably would not have made it past Sting either.
I would have put him past Sting.
So,
So.
It's too late.
Yeah, you white knuckle shuffle. Yeah,
Oh, see, it's so easy to show about the truth. I'm not suffering.
yeah, for real. Yeah, fruity pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity pebbles. Fruity pebbles.
Honestly,
go.
that one was hard.
That was tough.
That was tough. And with that being said, that is who we think the goats of every sport is. Not every sport, but like
Well, that's a lie. We didn't go with the best sport of them all.
we may have did this while you
Oh.
were muted. So I'm gonna let you say who what you think.
Who's the goat of ping pong?
No, okay, no,
Oh.
we didn't do ping pong.
I
you're
didn't
right.
think about ping pong, did we? No.
Well, obviously, the goat is Matt.
No, the greatest
Okay, the goat
boxer
of
is
boxing.
Matt.
The
We
goat
did
of
the goat of
boxing,
boxing.
too. Jake Paul.
Yep, I already said Jake Paul's joke. Bitch.
Well, he is undefeated, and he is set to fight another. I think another MMA fighter.
Hmm.
Yes, I'm a boxer who only fights MMA fighters. Let's go.
Go, and they just so all happen to be black or
What?
all.
Alrighty, thank you everybody for watching. We have been your hosts, the Memelords. We will see you next week when we do the rest of the underrated with Mr.
Yep.
Suda. Until then, bye.
I wish Tom Brady would kiss me like his son. I wish he'd hold me sweetly. I know I'm not the only one. Oh, wish Tom Brady would kiss me and hold me like he do.